Hey guys, Steve Zalunardo here with Remax West Zalunardo Associates. We're here on our monthly videos, and this segment is basically Chris asking me random questions that I have no idea on the questions being asked. So we'll answer them the best we can.
So, Steve, you're talking about getting out of the market yourself personally,
Yeah.
and currently kind of just sitting on cash waiting to jump back in when the time is right. What are you looking for exactly to happen in order to know it's the right time to jump back in?
See, the only reason I'm sitting in cash right now, I'm worried about closings. So if we weren't worried about closings, I would have purchased already. Because if you're buying and selling in the same market, who cares, right? Ultimately, you need a place to stay. But right now, it's more about closings. Like our primary residence. If we, because we're going to buy a residence in Florida, we're going to buy another residence in Canada. So another house in Canada, a house in Florida. So two family homes. That we're going to be going back and forth with. We don't want to be, in queue for a property in the States that we're trying to create a business and a clean record, and then we can't close on a property already. So it's just playing it safe, and that's why we're holding everything in chips right now. With that said, it gives me a good opportunity to watch the market and where it's going. Obviously, we're in a descend. And it keeps going down. Really, no one's talking about it. The weather is too nice right now. This is what's happening. People are not focused on what's currently happening. No one, like COVID restrictions haven't really changed realistically, but everyone's happy again. And also, the housing market, like if the weather's too good, people are still doing things, even though the inflation's high and you can't really travel as much as you want to because of cost of living, but ultimately people are enjoying themselves. So basically, if you're looking at the month-over-month statistics on what's currently happening, we're falling pretty quick. But again, it doesn't feel like it because the weather's too damn good. So I don't know how deep this is going to go. Clearly, inflation has to be curbed before this changes. We know our current government has power until 2025. Usually prior to an election, like 12 to 10 months prior, interest rate starts getting lowered, starts fueling the economy. People start going out purchasing. People, they fall in love again. They have short-term memories, and they're like, "Oh, this was a great government. It was not a bad ride, right?" So that's what I see. So I don't know. Like I obviously the descend, they have to curb inflation. So even if they're curbing inflation by obviously raising interest rates, how many times are they got to raise interest rates to totally flatten it? We know it's basically when government gets into action, they do things very slow and late. So this current overnight lending rate should have been going up probably since 2021. As soon as they started printing money, they needed to do quarter basis points every once in a while, maybe every second time they met rather than every time they met. But at least by this point, it would have been stable. The market wouldn't have been crazy, and we would have got out of this quite quick. But they dropped it as fast as they can to fuel up the market. Market went nuts. They didn't stop it until now, and now they're continuing to stop it. So now the market's already shut down. Inflation's still high, and they're going to still keep adding more interest rates to affordability issues that's going to flatten the market further. So I don't know how deep this goes. Can this continuously go down for a year? Yeah, I think so. I think we got spoiled. 89 was the last crash in Canada, and I think that lasted to 92. Then 97, the market started picking up. You started to have like a shift again, okay? So since 1997 till now, that's what, 22 years plus, it's 25 years, right? 25 years since you had like a real market crash. So we're spoiled. We think that it can never happen to us. And I think you gotta be a little bit weary with that, because this looks like a big one, to be honest. Unless they start printing money again, they refuel everything. Like obviously they can do that. But if they let this one sit out, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a very deep and long one. Mm-hmm. So, and that's the reason why I sold most of these investment properties off too. It's the recovery rate. If something's worth $1 million today, and it's going to be like 600 tomorrow, and it's going to take 10 years to get back that $1 million, the hell wouldn't I cash out? I got to be crazy. You can't look at rental properties, investments emotional, like, oh, it's my baby. No, it's not. It's not your baby. You haven't given birth to it. It's there for a purpose. It's an investment. It's there to make you money. If you can't make any money on it, you should have sold it or not even get into the game. So even that property in Kleinberg that I sold, I love that property. It was a jewel in my chest, But ultimately, it doubled in value. We paid $865. We got $1.7 million for it. It closes tomorrow, actually. Like, why wouldn't we sell it? When are we going to get 1.7 for that property again? 7, 10 years? Like, doesn't make sense. The only factors to see when the market's starting to go the other way is pricing with houses. You need some data, and data's great. You know, you look at micro versions of different areas, and that's how I do it. It's the canary in the mine shaft theory. You know, like little areas. I'll go into a little pocket of Bolton, a little bit of Brampton, a little bit of Toronto. Kind of, it's almost like mining for gold, right? They get the little pan in the river, and and I just go into little areas that I could follow like the data, and if everything sort of looks the same, I can kind of piece it together that where it looks like we're coming out of it. But until we don't see the prices going like sideways, where it's like everyone's like a small detached property is 800,000, and the next one's 805, and the next one's 807, and it's like it's all continuously around that range. We know it's time to start buying because it's starting to this uptrend. We're going to be paying for gold. We're not going to have any factors with the news media or government. That's not going to be the boost. It's going to be us as a population that's going to recreate what we just went through. So we have to literally look at data day by day to see. But I'm not going to look today because I know we're far out. I'm not going to waste any time with it, right?
How long do you think it'll take until it starts turning around?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I think best case scenario prior to re-election. And how do you refuel a market that's going to be like devastated in the next 2 years? Like I think this is going to be a devastation. I don't know. Maybe I'm too like I don't know. Am I too morose with this? Like, I don't know. But people don't see it. I don't know, like, I get it, we have a shortage of houses, but it's the debt load that scares the shit out of me. That's more fearful, right? Mm-hmm. And if they don't fuel the economy, start printing money and start handing it out and lowering rates real quick, it's going to be deep, man. But back then, you could have predicted recessions, like back in the 80s, a lot better than now, because they didn't print money, they didn't do all this trickery that it is now. They just basically add more debt, I hope you like these videos. If you have any questions, you can always direct message me on here or on Instagram, and please like, share, and subscribe.